Yo, I better not read a single comment about why my hair is like this, okay? I started making $10,000 a month minimum, literally after learning this forgotten Islamic knowledge. So this right here is just one of the months that I have here on YouTube. Before YouTube, I was doing dropshipping and I was doing similar numbers to this. But I feel like this right here is like one of the greatest things that like us Muslims, we forgot. And like we just thought that this thing is like super unimportant. So wanna know the craziest part, Habibi? Almost every single Muslim abandon this. Like, not even scholars actually talk about this. Only those that Allah allowed to actually have like such knowledge are the ones who are actually benefiting from it. Now listen, I'm not saying it's like, oh, I'm so special and stuff. I'm not special at all. It just so happens that like somehow by accident I stumbled on this. What's even crazier is this knowledge comes to you every single day. It's literally with you every single day. But that's the thing, bro. Like, you're just unaware of it. So like, what is this forgotten Islamic knowledge? So honestly, bro, it doesn't even have a name. But like, I'm calling it the knowledge of signs. Signs. Quick example, let's just say like you hear someone say something to another person. In reality, that thing that you heard was actually implied for you. It's a sign from Allah, like this exact sentence that they said was implied for you. It's realizing, like in every single moment, Allah is speaking to you. Like Habibi, every single moment, Allah is telling you what to do. So most of you guys, like you think that your du'as are not being answered. But bro, they are being answered. You're just too heedless to listen to the signs. Anytime you're making dua, like Allah is answering it like super fast, but you guys are just not realizing it. The awareness levels that you guys have is just so low that anytime you make dua and it gets answered, you just don't even know that it's being answered. For example, like this money right here, first of all, like it's not great. This isn't even like my big month. But what happened is that I started making dua for Allah that like I want to make 300k per month. Now, this is nowhere near 300k per month, but I feel like it's going to come closer to it. But as soon as I started making that dua, it's almost like Allah started bending my universe, literally bending my life, to the point where I would start hearing things from people, almost like as if like they're telling me what to do. For example, back when I was like working like my minimum wage job, it was Wonderland, like an amusement park. Basically, I was like a ride operator. So like I was taking care of people's lives when they go on like roller coasters. So I remember it's like anytime that I would go on the mic, like anytime, bro, anytime I'd go on the mic, people, whenever like they start hearing me, they just start enjoying it. Like I would go on the mic and I would just like say some random stuff for the people, like for safety stuff, and then like add more of like my own things. And people would just start enjoying that. Like they would actually come and tell me, they're like, bro, like you are like the most not boring speaker on the mic. Anytime you go on roller coasters, the speaker is always boring. You're like one of the best. And so to me, it was almost like that was like a sign from Allah that I guess YouTube is my thing. And then before those stuff even started happening, I remember like I applied for like a leadership job. So instead of just being like a ride operator, I'm like, no, like I want to be a leader and a ride operator. But then somehow I got rejected. And then they took like some other guy who was like worse than me. So in my head, I was like, why would I get rejected? So it's like that was literally like a sign from Allah where it's like, look, this job is not for you. You're meant for something like even greater. And so like ever since, like I just left that and now I'm here. So let me give you an example from the Quran. Like in the Quran, so Qabil, he killed his brother Habil. So when this guy killed this guy, like obviously he felt regrets, right? But he didn't know what to do with the dead body. So what happened is that he looked at like a random crow burying another crow. So then Qabil, he realized, he's like, I should bury my dead brother. So he literally saw like a crow burying another crow. So how did he learn how to bury people? Bro, like Allah sent him a sign. Something happened within his world without him even asking for it. He was just feeling regrets, and then as a result, like Allah started giving him divine signs. He literally taught him what to do with the dead body through an animal. So look, this knowledge of signs, it's with you every single moment. Anytime you need it, Allah is always giving you what you need. And what happens is that once you actually start to put your trust in Allah and start taking action with the things He's given you, that's when you'll notice. That's when those things that you call miraculous start happening. Every moment Allah's speaking to you, but again, you're too heedless to hear. Let me give you another example. So Allah says in the Quran, He was like, those of you who were entrusted with the Torah, so Torah, it just means knowledge, and then did not take it on, is like that of a donkey who carries volumes of books. Habibi, you're telling me you have knowledge and you're not using it? Bro, to Allah, that's like a donkey. You're being a donkey. Why is that? I mean, look at this donkey. It has all these books on it, but it's just walking around being told what to do and then eating grass. That's it. Like Allah's literally telling you, like, look, you're being too heedless. Bro, if you've been gifted with knowledge, that's Allah's way of telling you, like, Habibi, use it. Like, bro, if you're so smart, like if you're smart with being like a doctor and stuff, why are you dropping out of school and then getting into like this whole online business thing just because you've been told it's good and stuff. You're good at being a doctor. Go become a doctor. Why are you dropping out of school? Like Allah gave you a gift to heal people, but you're acting like a donkey. And then also vice versa. Like if Allah's giving you the ability to talk to people and to sell to people easily, like why are you still in school? Get into online business. Do you not understand? So I saw this tweet from this smart guy. This is actually me. So he was like, those of you who have not, well, I'm like, those of you who have knowledge and you're not sharing it online are like donkeys who walk with gold and eat hay. Habibi, like for me specifically, this is like the reason why I started to put all my focus on YouTube. Because I wrote it right here. I'm like, somehow I'm making videos in like a boxed up room with such bad haircut that I haven't even gotten. Sometimes even like the audio goes bad and stuff. And there's almost like zero editing, but still, like you're still listening to me. Why is that? I don't freaking know. Like most of you guys are gifted with things, but you're going like another direction for some reason. I don't know why. You've been gifted with that thing. Go use that thing. Also, another example. So Prophet Sulaiman, he was basically marching with his army, right? Like this is from the Quran. So he heard an ant telling another ant, go back to your homes, otherwise you'll be stepped on by accident. These are some of the ants, by the way, probably not at the time of Sulaiman, obviously. So Prophet Sulaiman, he heard that, and then he stopped and he smiled. So how is this a sign? Habibi, Prophet Sulaiman, he stopped for an ant. So this is the prophet that had like a huge kingdom. This prophet was able to like control the wind. He was able to control the jinns. But yet this prophet is stopping for an ant, and then you think that some people have no value. Don't you realize? Like everyone is teaching you something every single moment. That's Allah's way of teaching you. And every single moment, people are either teaching you what to do or what not to do. So then through this ant, Sulaiman started becoming more grateful too, which is literally like another lesson in of itself. Because Sulaiman realized, he was like, wow, like Allah gave me so much to the point like I'm able to hear an ant, which shows, I say this all the time, gratitude. Like, do you want your du'as to come faster? Bro, gratitude. People nowadays make gratitude sound like such a gay thing. It's not gay. Prophet Sulaiman, he had like the biggest kingdom in existence, and he was always grateful. Like he was literally always grateful, which shows like the more grateful you are, the more Allah is actually going to start increasing you. And trust me, like I wrote it right here, this is actually a universal law. So it does not matter if you're a Muslim, Christian, atheist, even a freaking Satanist. It works on every single human. So Habibi, just realize, like this entire universe is all being orchestrated by Allah. It's all being run by Allah, from the biggest thing to the smallest thing. So nothing here is by accident. Nothing that's happening in your life is by accident. Like, how can you ever think that like the greatest engineer of all time, the greatest orchestrator of all time would put something in your own life that's like an accident? There's no accident. Everything in your life has a purpose. Like, look. So when a duck gives birth, bro, like how does the duck know to go to water? But then when the baby chick gives birth, like comes out, it just knows like water is not for me. How? Like who taught these two animals like exactly what to do? Look, there's this video right here of like this beaver who was orphaned. This beaver didn't even see their parents. So don't tell me it's like, oh, because it learns from their parents. This beaver didn't see their parents. How does it know to build a dam? Because I'm telling you, everything here is being put by purpose, like on purpose. Nothing here is by accident. All these animals are programmed. They know what to do through Allah. So when things are happening to your life, none of these are by accident. You watching this video is not by accident. Like, let's just say you're walking casually in uni, and then you overhear someone say to another, bro, you need to be praying. Habibi, that's Allah telling you to go pray. And don't be telling me it's like, no, but I am praying. Are you really praying like properly? Or imagine you're just chilling, sitting down, and then your young nephew comes and says to you, my dad just taught me that lying is bad. This didn't happen to me, just so you know. It's just an example. Habibi, stop lying. And don't be coming here and telling me it's like, no, but for me, I'm not actually lying, man. Are you really not lying? Like, you're not actually lying to yourself? Like, most of you guys know what to do. You guys know what to do to go and make money. Like, you've watched all my videos, so you know what to do. But you're just lying to yourself because you're not really doing it. Like, you know it, but you're just not doing it. So then you tell yourself, I don't know what to do. You do know what to do. Or sometimes, let's just say, like, you're walking through, like, the streets of Toronto, and then you see, like, a bunch of homeless people on the streets. That's literally Allah's way of telling you, like, if you start developing addictions, this is exactly what happens to you. Also, like, why are you still in Toronto? Like, why are you still in Canada, bro? That's probably another way of Allah telling you, like, to leave. So this is why we say it's like Islam is level 1. So Islam is like the 5 pillars, but this is only like level 1. After you go through Islam and you start perfecting it, then you get to Iman. And that's like the belief of the 6 pillars. But then once you finish that, that's when, like obviously you don't finish it, but like once you master that, then you go to Ihsan, and that's level 3. So Ihsan is literally worshipping Allah like you could see Him. And if you can't see Him, just know that He can see you. So you're living every single moment like Allah's actually watching you. You're living every single moment almost like you're like Allah's right here. Allah is here in every single moment. And this is why like I truly believe like the knowledge of science is the greatest knowledge. Because with this knowledge, like you can do anything. If you purify your heart and then you're able to like hear the signs that Allah's giving you every single day, every single moment, like just imagine how much your life is going to become 100x. And I truly mean that. Like your life can actually 100x if you just listen to the signs. Like all of you guys, I don't care where you're from. Even if you're from like the worst country with no supplies and stuff, like maybe Yemen, even though I love Yemen, you guys are all sitting on diamonds, but you guys are not realizing that. Your awareness is too low. And the only way to fix that is if you just purify your heart. Purify your heart and connect it back to Allah. And then you'll notice, bro, you'll actually notice, like all your du'as are actually being answered. The only problem is that like you just haven't been listening.